Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Courageous Conversations. I'm just going to wait for some people to come on, and I am going to do some sharing because I want everyone to hear my message. And so let me begin my journey. But it's a sort of a rainy day in spring in Toronto, which signals a time of flowers and time to come. So I'm glad everyone's coming on. Daniel, Julia, thank you for joining me. I'm just going to do a little bit of sharing because I feel like my messages have something to offer. So let's, courageous conversations. Let me do a little sharing. So here we go. Because I'm going to talk about journeys, the big journeys we go on, in life. And do they keep us motivated because we really, really want that outcome? Or sometimes, good morning, Kathy. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad everyone's joining me. There's some fun energy in the air. And it's spring. And of course, a courageous conversation. What more can you want? Courageous conversations is everything, I think. And also courageous conversations is a way to get real with yourself and not avoid, because we tend to do some avoiding, I think, as humans. We tend to be comfort junkies. So let me just do a little sharing. If you feel this topic is something that you would like people in your circles to hear about, just share my video, and people will start to come on and really start to learn about what it is that I'm talking about. So here we go. Just doing a little more sharing. Hi, nice to see you, everyone who's joining. And let's see, I'm going to share on that group. I share in a couple of different groups so that there is this opportunity for people to get my message. And it's a joyous thing. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody who's coming on. Gord, nice to see you. You've been doing some amazing things, Gord. I'm so excited for you. New album, Gord Depp from the Spoons, in the house. He's one of my idols and a great friend. Hi, Omid. Hi, Helen. Good to see everybody. Doing a tiny bit of sharing so that people can know about this topic. The journey you're on. And I just want to say to everyone who's here, here we go. I was in Speaker Slam and I won third place. A respectable third place with a tough competition of speakers. It was quite a journey and I'm happy with this. Of course I wanted first place. I can't bullshit you. I will not bullshit you, but I won the third, and there was some good stories and some good speakers and some tough competition. I laid it out there, and I want to talk a little bit about my message because I really am talking about precisely this message. But I got to tell you, it's like I laid it out there. I don't know what else I could have done to get first, other than the great stories that first and second came to the table, and they were really, really good. So I'm happy and proud for them. And I'm happy and proud for myself. And I love the community of Speaker Slam. It happens every month. So the next one's coming up end of April. Check it out, Speaker Slam. Wow. What a great community. What a great bunch of people. What an amazing, inspirational experience. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tara. Hi, Leanne. Hi, everybody. Tara's going to come on my show at some point very soon. Tara, I've been meaning to reach out to you. So you're going to come. You're a courageous woman. And this is all about courageous conversations. And at Speaker Slam, my message was very much about my journey with fertility, or more accurately, infertility. And the reality is that I stayed on that journey for a hell of a long time. No, I know, Tara's saying, I'm sorry I missed you and congratulations. That's okay. The video's going to come out, so anyone who didn't see me will be able to see that video. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really, really powerful one. And Tara will tee up soon, okay? And I really do mean it. I really do want to schedule a time for you to come on because you've written a new book. And so I just want... So the journey that we stay on, the journey that we persist on, sometimes that journey, and this is what I talked about in my speech, sometimes that journey, I stayed on that journey to try and get pregnant years ago. for like 8 years. And I mean, I even was surprised. It's like, why did you stay so long on the journey? And I stayed on it for year after year after year after year after year. And it was such a powerful thing that I now understand. And this is what I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of insight is that when we sometimes have a relentless goal that seems to elude us, that seems to be mystifying. We can't get it. We can't get it. It's like, I can't get that goal. I can't get that goal. Yet, I stay on it because the desire for that thing is so incredibly motivating. Is like the desire for a child, for me, for a baby that I conceived, was very, very motivating, that kept me on the journey, even though I never did get pregnant. I mean, this is years ago, by the way, folks. Anyone who's feeling me, I want to say thank you, but you don't have to feel sorry for me. You have to understand that I'm okay. I'm totally amazing right now. And life, will throw the curves, but life is okay. Life is good, more than okay. Life is great. But this is a lesson I learned in my 8-year fertility journey, that people are like, why, I have people working in the office with me and said, why do I can't get off this journey. Somebody will say a goal to have a certain kind of business, be the end result of their goal, or a certain person that they want to get married, they want to be whatever that goal is, but it eludes you. You're not able to catch it. You're not able to get it. Is that journey still worth taking? I say yes. I say no matter if the goal comes, the journey taught me so much. The journey, if I had not gone on that journey as passionately, as profoundly, as diligently, as in such a focused way, had I not got on that journey, even though it didn't yield a child, had I not got on that journey, I would not have learned the most important thing, which the journey taught me. Because what the journey taught me was that even though I wanted to give birth to my own child, what I really wanted to do, or what I really needed to do, frankly, was to give birth to myself, to give birth to a part of myself, to a healthier version of myself. And I say to people that there is such an incredible thing about just staying focused on this moment, this journey, this experience. And it's the desire for that goal that will keep you motivated to stay on the journey. But sometimes, even if there's lots of serendipity, even there's lots of, really incredible, wow, it must be meant to be, I must be on this journey, I must be meant to be here, and yet the goals don't come. I'm for looking at what the journey is teaching you in that moment. And I can't tell you that I felt this way while I was on the journey. While I was on the journey, I felt frustrated. I felt discouraged. I felt, why me? I felt, this was a shitey journey. But yet I knew I wanted the goal, and I had a limited amount of time to do that. So it was this limited amount of time that was like keeping me. I had just a finite amount of time of my fertile years. So I was like, I gotta do it. And I was like, God, why me? This feels like a disease. This feels like sickness. But yet, every time I was on the journey of let's try again, so many amazing things came from that journey, even though in the end, I never did achieve what the journey was about. But then I realized now with hindsight that the journey was not necessarily about getting pregnant, although that would have been good, although I'm fine now without children. At the time, I realized that with each moment, I really learned about self-love and self-kindness and self-gentleness, stuff that I really did not learn growing up. So I find that there's this, the coaching community is all about, have your goal and then pivot if the goal isn't being achieved. But I'm like, stay on the journey a bit. Let's see what the journey teaches you. And maybe the journey is teaching you to pivot eventually because, you're kind of wasting time, or not wasting time, but throwing good energy after bad kind of thing. But I I mean, I'll give you an example. I was working with someone whose goals were about a business idea that had eluded them and that they were staying on and staying on and staying on. And, you know, many naysayers saying that business, no, 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 no. And they just stayed on that journey for a long time. And what was happening was that the business just was not, that the idea for the business was not happening. Just was not happening. Year after year, this person would go on the journey, stay, and it just was not. But the learning by staying on the journey was magnificent. There was so much learning. There was so much growth. There was so many opportunities to really, really get to know her real self. And that, I'm just trying to say, don't give up. Stay on the journey, because sometimes the journey will teach you much more than the goal. The outcome will not teach you as much as the being on the journey. You know, you learn persistence, you learn presence, you learn how to stay focused, you learn motivation, you learn to engender that motivation from within. It's powerful, I have to tell you. I mean, I did have a lot of people say, you know, just give up. I'm like, well, no, I'll only give up when I feel I need to give up. And I'll only, and it also taught me that I couldn't depend on others to keep me motivated. I had to depend on myself to stay motivated. I couldn't have other people give me the oh, you can do it. That off times will just not effing be there. Okay? People just aren't going to cheerlead you on your journey, and that's got to be okay. And that's what the journey also taught me, that I've got to be my own best friend, my own best cheerleader, my own best, you know, motivator, navigator, all those things. And that's got to be enough. That's got to be enough. And sometimes it isn't, so you got to pay people to help you, you know, coaches or therapists or whatever. But sometimes the family, the friends, they can't be there for you on that. And that's got to be part of the learning. It certainly was for me. It certainly was for me. And people get uncomfortable if you have multiple failures, but I'm going to tell you right now, failure is such a bloody great teacher, and it really helps you grow. And one of my clients told me the other day, I don't want to grow anymore. I just want to stay stable. I'm like, okay, I hear you. That's okay too. But the journey of life is about growth, and gut punches are going to be there, but learn from it. Learn and grow. Learn and grow, because I honestly think that if you do, you will, like I am, at this part of the journey, look back and go, oh yeah, that journey was a tough journey, and I didn't get the goal I set out to get. But, man, so many other good things, better things than I thought than the goal in itself are what I learned. And so I don't think I would have learned these things had I not stayed motivated to stay on the journey. All right? So, Tara, thank you so much for being here, and Omed and all the different people that are here. I'm so grateful. So I just want you to keep having courageous conversations with yourself and others, and let the journey take you and learn from the journey. Don't just be so goal fixated. Sometimes the goal will take longer, so stay. Sometimes you don't get what you actually wanted, but you learned from the journey, so nothing is a failure. And sometimes you'll learn things on the journey that you had no idea you had to learn, but you learned them because you stayed motivated because of that goal, even though that goal didn't come to fruition. Great to see you all today. I'll be back with more. I'm going to bring on some guests soon. I've just had a really busy time, but so I've been doing the courageous conversations with you and my own courageous conversations, but I will be bringing some people on to have some good courageous conversations. So have a brilliant day. Keep having courageous conversations with yourself, with others. Join my group, Courageous Conversations. Great place for us to support one another. It's a closed group, but I'd love to have you come on. It's a great group of people. And also like my page, Courageous Conversations, and Victoria Lorian Fabish, Courageous Conversations. Have a brilliant day. Bye for now. Oh, and Speaker Slam!